Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be completing the third segment on basically putting the bumper back together and prepping and painting and priming and all that stuff. I'll show you what primer I'm using, what clear coat I'll be using on it, and what paint I'm going with. I'll also reveal the paint scheme for Cobra Squad at the end of this segment. So stick around. Might want to check this out.
Showtime, a-holes! We'll be here any minute.
Alright, for the first coat, I'm going to be using this Rust-Oleum. This is a universal bonding primer. It firmly bonds to basically any surface. And I got the white because I'm going to paint the whole front of the car white. So I'm going with this bonding primer first, and I'm going to put on a coat on the bumper, and then I'm going to go back and check it all out, see if I like it, and after that I'll start applying the paint. First thing you do before you spray anything, you want to make sure that you shake the can up really good, that you can hear the ball loose in there. And when you do your coat, always stay about 6 inches off your surface that you're spraying on, and you want to start before you get to it, and then work your way in. And do even layers like this. Go in and try to stay with the sweep the same way. You don't need to go back and forth. Just do a sweep in, and that basically covers it. And I'm going to do quarter sections and work my way across. Alright, now the first coat is done. This is a thin primer, and what it's going to do, it's going to allow me to see all the imperfections or places where I might need to touch up, or places that just need being, just kind of go over again. And if really there's nothing major, then I don't have to worry about it, but it's going to show me all the imperfections, whatever little crevices or cracks or whatever I need to fix. But the first coat is on, and now I'm going to go to a filler primer, and once I put the filler primer on, then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of touch it up, and then I'm going to paint it. Okay, now I've got this Rust-Oleum filler primer. Filler primers are going to be a little bit thicker. It's going to build up in these imperfections, these little small crevices. If you can see a couple places that I'm just not going to put the Bondo or anything back into that. I'm just going to hit it with this filler primer. I'm going to go over it and sand it down, and then I'm going to actually spray it. So I'll show you what I'm doing with that. This one comes with a real nice tip as well. But just hit some of these places and let it build up. And I'll go over the whole bumper with this. Thought about just hitting some of the spots that were kind of scratched. Down here around the bottom, it's really not going to be that big of a deal. But and do it just like that. And try to get all down in here. Hit a little thicker in some of the other places. Not enough to where it'll run, but enough to where it'll build up. Now I've gotten a pretty good coat, first layer, on there with the filler primer. And where I let it build up, you'll see there's some spots there and here. You see these. And what I'm going to do is I'll take 320 grit, and I'm going to lightly go over this. And then after I lightly go over it, I'll hit it again. You can see there's a crease here, and you don't have to put a lot of pressure. Just go in kind of a circle motion. And you can take that out because you've had a build-up on both sides, and now you can get rid of that line. Once it's in there, once that filler primer's in there, you can sand that back out after you've let it dry, and you'll get rid of these surface cracks. And then you can go back and hit it again with the filler primer, and you'll eliminate all of this sunken crack situation. I've decided that I'm not going to put on any more filler primer. I've touched up a couple of little places that was needing to be touched up, and as you can see, there are no more cracks, no more imperfections. It's all smooth. Went over it with that 360 grit. I'm not even going to hit it with the 2000 grit. I've changed my mind on that. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to rinse it back down, and I'm going to let it set in the garage overnight, and I'll come back and I'll and I'll go ahead and I'll put the paint on. And when I do that tomorrow, I'll put it in this video. But this thing was broken 5 or 6 places, and you can see it's solid. I mean, I'm jerking on it. It's not going anywhere. There are no more cracks in it. It's not broken anywhere, and I think it's going to last for a very long time. And considering I can't get one of these anymore, I have one now. So come back in the morning and we'll continue the video, and I will show you the paint. I got the primer down. It's basically set where I want it. I'll take nice microfiber cloth, put a little acetone on there, and basically just go over it real light, wipe it down, just to get all the debris and imperfections and stuff like that might be sitting on it from where it sat overnight, and it cleans it up. So this is the next process you do. Now, I know this is not going to be like a real professional paint job, because I mean, I'm doing it here in the garage, but I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, because I want it to look nice. And if you're going to do anything, at least take pride in it and do it right. I've already gone over it once with the acetone. I just wanted to do that to show you what you'll do with that. My hands are really clean, so I ain't worried about any debris or acid that's on them. And now I'll show you the paint that I'm using. I'm going to do this whole setup in, I got the Rust-Oleum High Performance. You can get this at Walmart for like $5. It's really cheap. But it's a gloss white, and it's Rust-Oleum, so I'm planning on doing the whole car. You can see in the background, the fender over there is already painted. The side skirts are done. The little grill piece and the fender there is done as well. But yeah, I'm going to do this car in white and black. So the Cobra Squad will be white and black. So there's your paint scheme for the car. I'll show you how I do this. Just going to do an illustration. I'm not going to paint the whole bumper right here in front of the camera, but I'll just show you what I'm doing. Get it started. Start away. Just a light coat. That's all I'm going to do. Just a light haze coat for the first one to get it on there, and then as I let that dry, I'll do another coat. I'll probably do 3 coats of paint on this bumper, and I've ordered the clear coat. It hasn't come yet, so it might be here tomorrow, so I'll put that in, but I'll show you the clear coat I'm using and give you the instructions on how to use that, because it's real clear coat with hardener. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint this, and then I'll show you the finished product on this after I get it all painted, and then I'll talk some more about the paint scheme and the other stuff I'm doing with the car. Well, first coat of the white is done. I've laid it on. It's smooth. Did a real thin coat. Came out really nice. I like it. Like I said, 3 more coats. But I want to show you this detail right here. Look at that. That's smooth. No cracks. No dips. No lines. This was a broken bumper, remember? It was tore all to pieces. Broken a bunch of places. I put it back together. You can do the same thing. Well, the final process is here, and we're going to lay the clear on the bumper today, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that and what I'm using. As you can see, this is the bumper. It is clean. I took a tack cloth and I've already wiped it down. It's smooth. Can't really see any of the imperfections, where the holes were, the cracks, the breaks. I mean, like I said, all this was broke out, but it's ready. And since I'm going to crack one of these aerosols and I'm going to use that as a hardener and a clear coat, I've got a couple of other things lined up here that I'm going to spray as well that are not included in this video, but I decided I'm going to paint the whole car, and got my grill all cleaned up. As you can see, none of the stuff from where the forward emblem actually sets recessed into that is on there. I actually put some stuff in there, and I had that smoothed out, so that looks really good. But this clear coat stuff that I was talking about, this is the stuff I'm using. It's the Spray Max TK clear coat. or 2K clear coat, sorry. You can't get this at a store, so you're going to have to order this online. Amazon's got it, eBay's got it. I ordered 4 of these from eBay just to get this little group of things done here inside in the garage. But I'll probably order some more of this because, like I said, I'm doing the whole car. I'm going to test this theory about seeing if I can paint the whole car in Rust-Oleum and clear it with this. So that is a process which we will use here on the channel. Notice it has a red button. That button goes here. You put it down over there and you smash that down. I'm not going to do it just yet, but you smash that down in there. You can pop it back off and then stick it back in the top after you've smashed it in. What that does is that's the hardener, and that will release the hardener into the clear coat. So you get a professional look with this. It's got the hardener. It's a clear coat that's like what professionals use. I've seen a lot of people use this. I have not used this yet. This will be my first time using this, but from what I've seen, it sprays a little better than using a spray can aerosol that you're used to. It's a good streamline effect for the setup. It's got that nozzle on there, so it's going to go on really smooth and really fast. Another thing I want to add is make sure you get a mask. I picked this one up from a Harbor Freight. It was like 18 bucks. But you don't want to spray this clear coat hardener stuff that I'm using in a confined area. And like I said, I've got this in the garage, and I've got a little fan over here that's doing a little bit of ventilation going out. But you don't want to breathe in any of this stuff coming out of this aerosol can with this hardener in it. That would be bad. It'd be a really bad.
Well, I might sound a little muffled, but I got the mask on. Make sure you shake this thing up for a couple of minutes. I've been shaking this thing up for a little bit now. Take the top off. Yep, here goes nothing. All right. It's in there. Now shake it up really good for a couple of minutes. At least a couple of minutes after you've put the hardener in it to make sure it mixes properly. Okay, another thing about this Spray Max, this tip right here can be turned. So you can do a fan motion this way, or you can do diagonal, whatever you want. I've turned it so that I can get a fan motion in this direction. So that's the way I'm setting mine up. And now it's time to lay the clear. Not happy with that spray process, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back. I thought in turning it straight up and down it would give me the fan the way I wanted, but I had to turn it back this way so I could get the effect I was looking for. There we go. That's good for a first coat. Now, when you smash this thing in the bottom, this is a good can for about 48 hours. So you have 48 hours to work with this after you've released the hardener into the can.
Okay, I'm allowing about 5 to 10 minutes between each coat, and I'm probably going to do 3 coats on this bumper. So I'll show you me laying the second coat down, and then after that you don't really need to see how I lay it down, but just know that I'm doing between 5 and 10 minutes a coat, so I'll make sure that it's on good. And 3 to 4 coats I'd say would be good. I mean, this stuff is kind of expensive. I mean, I think I paid $80 for 4 of these cans, and I will probably use quite a bit of these because, like I said, I'm doing the whole car. But I don't have a professional garage anymore. I'm up here in West Virginia. I'm not in Virginia at my speed shop. So I don't have access to the air compressor or the real guns, and I can't really get into the paint booth. So I'm doing this here. But, yeah, I'd say 5 to 10 minutes is good. Okay, well, in putting the third coat on of the clear, I ran into just a little problem. As you can see, everything looks good so far, but there is a spot. Where's it at? It's right there. There's a blemish there, and what happened was a piece of lint got down into the clear coat and on the second coat, and I tried to fish it out, and I've got one more spot right there. So what I'll have to do is I gotta let this dry. I've done pretty much the whole bumper for the third coat, except for this spot, one little spot over there on the other side, and this one here. I'm gonna let this dry completely. I'll come back this afternoon and I'll hit it with some 2000 grit real light and smooth that back out, and then I'll hit it with the clear coat again. I left just enough clear coat in the can to hit that spot. Like I said, it'll last for 48 hours. And I went ahead and I hit these side skirts. These are basically the stock Escort GT side skirts that ran from I think 93 to 96. So I've got those cleaned up, and I got most of these were pretty much damaged pretty heavy too. There were some gouges in them. I fixed them just like I fixed the bumper. And of course, I sprayed the grill. So I got the grill clear coated with 3 good coats. That's all ready for its new emblem. These side skirts, I put 2 coats on this. I didn't want to overdo it. They're going to be on the ground. They're going to get some damage, but I can pull these off periodically, and I can go back through this process again and freshen them up. But the hardener looks really good on this bumper. I was impressed. I mean, it sprayed on nice. It was like using a professional spray gun. So it worked out pretty good for me. I'm used to using a professional spray gun in a booth, so this was pretty similar, and it made me feel like I was back at it with the professional gun, but nope, no qualms here. So I'll shut it down. In closing, I'd like to say, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you find some of this stuff useful. You know, if you got any questions or comments, leave them in a drop below. You know the deal. Please like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, whatever. Keep this content coming. I'm trying to build this channel up. If I can get some more subscribers, I can keep this channel rolling. But hey, if you got any advice from me, also leave it in the comments below. Knowledge is power, man. We've all got to keep moving forward, and if we learn off of each other, it makes these processes that I'm doing, and I'm sure that you're doing, a whole lot better and a whole lot easier. So hey, come back again. I'm going to do a whole segment on painting the whole car, and I'll keep everything up to date, and I'll keep posting so that you can see what all I'm doing. Have a good one. Till next time. Over and out.